Good evening, everyone. It's really fantastic to be here. We've heard a little bit so far about the amazing start of Binance, our origin story, our incredible growth. I have the pleasure of being able to talk a little bit more about our future. I'm just waiting for the slides to come up. So we spent a lot of time so far talking about Web3. What will a mainstream Web3 future really hold for us? How will it intersect with our lives? These are some of the underlying questions really facing our industry right now. And at Binance, we're really excited to be leading the way in trying to answer some of them. Can Web3 really be a leap forward into a more connected, open, equitable world? Well, first, let's start with a working definition of Web3, a decentralized online ecosystem based on blockchain. Over the next couple of minutes, we'll spend a lot of time in particular talking about decentralization and ecosystem, really building a community around Web3. At its core, Web3 really focuses on the decentralization of how we interact with the internet, how we create content, how we move in between available platforms. It provides empowerment through security. It gives us greater control over our data. We need technology that really decentralizes this power, that makes the internet more accessible to us. And we really believe that blockchain can give us the access, inclusion, transparency that we need to really remove the barriers to entry for accessing the internet all over the world. So let's start with fan tokens. Before joining Binance, I actually spent more than 10 years working in entertainment and social. And at times, I was always frustrated by the limitations that fans had to really get closer to their passions and interests. There hasn't been positive disruption in this space for decades. If you break it down to its core, fandom for the last 50 years has been built around fan clubs, content creation, and fans having to buy their way into experiences through tickets and merchandise. But where's that value exchange? How do the fans that effectively power these communities benefit from driving them? So let's quickly dive into an example, one that's really close to our heart at Binance. How does an example like Formula One work? How can Web3 positively disrupt an industry that's enjoyed by hundreds of millions of people around the world? Well, it starts with those key principles: decentralization, ownership, and interoperability. Fans should have ownership over the things that they love, their passions, their interests, and that should help them to connect with people that share those interests. In essence, we want to create what we call a fan economy. So introducing a fan economy to sports, music, entertainment culture really demonstrates the true power of Web3. By tokenizing membership, fans can really decide on certain aspects of their fan experience. They can dictate the thing that they love. They can have ownership, influence. Your membership for a fan token community can never be revoked or removed. You own it. You're part of that ecosystem. You benefit from it as it grows. And most importantly, the tools that underpin fan tokens can really provide that interoperability across dozens of blockchains. And this is really important as you stake them, swap them, connect with other fans in the space. This is bringing people together for a completely new model, a fan economy. But we're really just getting started. It's amazing to think that fan tokens have only really been around for the last 3 years. And already we're working in Formula One, football, music and entertainment. We're just scratching the surface of where this can go. But we've already seen the incredible potential. We're really excited to unlock this space over the next 5 years as we unfold the future of Web3. So let's move on to NFTs. We've all heard of NFTs. Their rise to popularity in 2020 and 2021 is unprecedented. It's been absolutely extraordinary. But have we really proven the mainstream utility of NFTs? Does that utility provide a deeper experience and interaction with Web3? Well, a couple of weeks ago, our team at Binance was in Barcelona and Porto working with Primavera Sound Festival. And we put NFTs in the hands of 12,000 users to really augment their experience during the event. Holders of the NFTs could collect POAPs as souvenirs, collectibles, to really remember the amazing time they had at the festival. They could sell that collectible on the open market to increase access and help people that couldn't attend really enjoy the moment. And holders of NFTs from 2021 and 2022 now have free access to next year's festival, rewarding loyalty, building fandom, building community for fans that are really driving the success of entertainment properties. We also worked really hard to increase the value of the NFTs by providing education, access to exclusive content. So really adding as much utility as we can to reward fans. So we've tried to seamlessly integrate NFTs into the overall experience for the benefit of fans to prove a model of how these can go moving forward. So let's spend a little bit more time with the technology that underpin those NFTs. BNB Smart Chain, our smart contract-enabled blockchain, is powering our NFT offering. It's enabling these partnerships, and it's giving our NFTs an enormous amount of utility. But we didn't want to limit our integration with Primavera to just NFTs. We integrated Binance Pay into all of the bars, 70 points of sale terminals. We also utilized the same wallet identity through the NFTs to allow people to claim experiences throughout the event. Again, one of our first case studies, but really exciting to think what we can do at physical experiences. We want to create seamless, holistic experiences for fans. Great technology is invisible. It doesn't get in the way of experiences, but it underpins them. And increasingly, as we bring these things to market, we're seeing the seamless integration of Web3, and in particular NFTs, really create those magic moments for fans and bring them closer to their interests. So by introducing a really simple case study, we're just starting to demonstrate the true utility of our platform. Crypto will always play a major role in demonstrating the power of Web3. But actually what we're really focused on right now is increased regulation to make sure that we can stretch into as many industries and as many use cases as possible. And all of the examples I've showed so far have been built on the collaboration and alignment with regulators across Europe. This has helped us to ensure user safety, compliance, and maximize value for fans and for users. And we're really proud to be leading the way in this space. And even today, had some incredible news in Spain, which will only help us to grow further across Europe. Regulation helps us to nurture a positive environment for blockchain. It helps to crack down on some of the concerns that people who are yet to experience our industry have. It helps to clamp down on bad actors. So we're going to continue to work hard with regulators to really make Web3 mainstream. And we really couldn't be prouder to be in France today. The work that we've done, gaining our license here, gaining regulation, is going to help us make France a real hub for Binance and for Web3 over the next 10 years to come. So a push for regulation is going to really help us grow. France, to me, is a really shining example of how to enable regulated cryptocurrencies and help them to grow. So we're really proud to have attained this registration, and this is just the beginning for us in this market. So cryptocurrencies, as we know them, have really been around since 2008. Web3 has been around since 2014. Just 8 years later, we've already seen all of these incredible case studies and utilities for this product, but we really are just getting started. So while we're beginning to break through, we really need to think about where there are limitations in Web 2 and why consumers are trying to move away from them. Well, one important reason to remember is that we chose to run the world on centralized solutions. Before Web 3, companies made their products free to use, but in exchange, we gave them content, we gave them data, we gave them some of our identity to help to create that network value. So users, all of us, have given up quite a lot, and now is the time for change. So why is Web3 really only beginning to grow now? Users want more power of their experience over their data. They want more control. We need to continue to see advancements of the technology to build out the core utility of platforms like NFT and fan tokens. And we need to capture the imagination of a mainstream audience to help bring them into our ecosystem to help create a more connected world through blockchain. And finally, we'll need to continue to develop relationships with regulators to scale our efforts around the world. So we believe that crypto technology is so well suited to the benefits and the long-term health of Web3. It's going to make it safe, it's going to introduce it to different cultures, different interests, and we're super excited to be at the beginning of this journey. So before I go, to all of you here, I really just have one simple message. Please continue to work with us to create the future that Web3 promises. Join our team, our Angel Network, work with your leaders and ecosystems to really educate and inform, and most importantly, continue to build the future. Thank you very much.